Now, back to Sunrise on News Radio 880 KCMX.
Good morning, everybody. 17 minutes after the hour. Welcome back to the Sunrise Show. So glad you're tuned in this morning on Friday the 13th. Don't let it get you. Be a victor, not a victim. I refuse to fall into that superstitious. Well, I want to welcome onto the program Dan Vasson, and he is currently the K-8 principal for the Oregon Connections Academy. He spent 12 years at Central Catholic High School as science and 6 years as Orca as a science teacher. And interesting, Dan, this Connections Academy, the online school provided for the state by the state of Oregon. Tell our listeners, Dan, how this all started. And quite frankly, anyone that has a student in Oregon can be a member of this.
Yeah, you're correct. Craig, thank you very much for having me on your show.
You bet.
Oregon Connections Academy has been open since 2005, and we serve students all over the state of Oregon. We are an online public charter school, so we're free to applicants who want to send their K through 12 students to our program. We serve every grade level. We have teachers located all over the state of Oregon, and the students work from home, and they have a fully accredited curriculum sent to them, and they work online doing their lessons from home with a learning coach at home, who then helps the students submit their work to an online teacher who both, helps them with their work and grades their work and presents live lessons to them in real time so the students can get direct instruction from their teachers.
Well, that's amazing. So is that like a Skype thing that they utilize for live online instruction?
We use sort of a web teleconferencing system. It's known as Live Lesson in our environment. And it uses an Adobe Connect type platform. So we have video, telephone and video screening so students can watch their teacher in real time through a computer webcam.
Wow, that's really fascinating. And here's the next thing is that if you have a computer that is able to handle this software and high-speed internet for video conferencing and thing, that's great. But if you don't, you also supply a computer.
That's correct, Craig. We provide our families with a computer and a monitor, and all they need to have is access to the internet. In fact, our families are also given an internet stipend reimbursement to help them pay for access to the internet, and they can work from any location they can get online. So some families who are traveling and still need to be able to do school can access our system remotely and submit their work that way.
Very good. Now, one of the reasons I had you on today, especially because it's National Digital Learning Day, and this is throughout all, education across the country. Tell our listeners about this National Digital Learning Day. And let me see.
This is a very cool opportunity for students. Again, there's more and more emphasis on digital and having students versed in online activities. So Digital Learning Day today, March 13th, 2015, sponsored by the Alliance for Excellent Education, encourages students to access opportunities online. There's a tremendous amount of multimedia resource and also help programs for students struggling in language arts and math, reading, science. And this also corresponds nicely with the push recently on doing more online science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Very good. Okay.
Our program is offering a free Quiz Bowl challenge to people who are interested in testing their knowledge of science facts, and also encouraging their children to take the Quiz Bowl challenge because that gives them something fun to do, quiz questions about science topics, helping to generate more interest in science for students because not enough emphasis is placed on science, engineering, mathematics, and technology in this society, and I'd really like to see more Oregon public school students pursue that career. And some of the next generation of engineers come from Oregon Public Schools.
Well, it's interesting that you brought that up because President from OIT, Chris Maples, he's told me, because we've had him on the program, he said 98% of their students at OIT are placed with a job either prior to them graduating or right after graduation. And that's all based off of the engineering at OIT.
That's excellent. Yeah, no, I'm encouraging my own daughter, who's strong in math and science, to also consider engineering as a career, because there's just not enough of that these days. More emphasis on, the technology and the opportunity it creates for their careers straight out of college, which is, excellent resource for them.
Exactly. We're talking to Dan Basson. He's the K-8 principal for the Oregon Connections Academy, connectionsacademy.com. And, of course, today is National Digital Learning Day. And the link for that, digitallearningday.org. And it's a national thing, of course, hashtag DL Day. And, of course, if you get to Oregon Connections Academy website, and there's a quiz bowl. Dan, I want to talk about this because I think I saw some of the questions. This is great. Parallelogrammed, right? I mean, numbers, all kinds of things. And you've been a science teacher for years. I mean, how is it, I guess I'm questioning about kids being inspired enough to do great work, because kids going to school now, they're dreary, they don't want to go. I mean, I have the whole spectrum, because kids want to go to school for the social aspect, but when it comes to the hard work, some do, some don't. And I'm kind of wondering, how do we get the stragglers?
I think having more opportunities for them, it's a great situation, the challenge it presents, helping get students re-energized and interested in science. And from my experience as a teacher, having some sort of visual and interactive activity connected to the science lesson is really key for students who are maybe lagging a little motivation. And that's why we've produced a free online Quiz Bowl challenge that anyone can take. The Quiz Bowl challenge is available at connectionsacademy.com/quiz.
Very good.
And these questions are geared to try and help students who have interest in science to demonstrate, hey, I know this stuff and I'm interested in it. And when I was in a middle school situation, I had a science teacher that kind of inspired me. And it helps to have somebody who's, kind of quirky and, in that way, and likes science and likes to, excited about science and share that with students. And so these sort of opportunities, these days kids go online a lot of times for quizzes and little top 10 lists. Our little Quiz Bowl challenge helps to try and gear students with that interest into, hey, there's options for you to take online classes if you have interest in science. And this keeps them active over the summer and, of course, thinking about what they might want to do with their life.
Exactly. And we've had some of the high school teams have gotten into the robotics challenge in the state. So, Dan, we've got to take a quick break, though. We've got Dan Basson. He's the Oregon Connections Academy K-8 principal. We'll be back. The Bloomberg Market Update is next on News Radio 880 KCMX.
So get up.
Now, back to Sunrise on News Radio 880 KCMX.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. 35 minutes after the hour, you've got the Sunrise Show on News Radio 880 KCMX. Craig Froelich in as your host, and continuing with Dan Basson. He's the Oregon Connections Academy principal for K-8. And Dan, so good to have you on and help celebrate this National Digital Learning Day. It's all throughout the nation, and of course, digitallearningday.org. And we just posted the quiz, the Quiz Bowl trivia game, the link off of the website, connectionsacademy.com/quiz. I just posted it on our Facebook page, Sunrise on KCMX, and you can pass that on to anyone else you might see. And of course, want to welcome all of our streaming listeners as well. Dan, doing this online academy, have you seen kids blossom that otherwise wouldn't have?
Yes, Greg. Thank you very much for inquiring about that. Our students often are, kind of like just waiting to bloom when they come to our school. And, they might have not found challenge in their previous school, or they just might not have connected with the teacher in a way that helped them develop their interest. Students come to our program, start doing their classes online, and it really sort of turns on a light bulb for them. We've had many students that discovered, hey, I'm really good at this, and I didn't realize I was. And certainly in certain topics like science and math, encouraging students to follow their interests, especially in middle school, help them develop more of a goal setting for high school for that.
Yeah, and see, the one thing I look back on in my own experience and with kids I see that are going through this now is, how do they find the motivation from within? They go to get motivated by their friends, they expect to be pulled through the keyhole, so to speak, and they get taught this, but they didn't know they needed it, didn't know they should do it. But how do you get the kids to be inspired?
Well, certainly it helps by encouraging them to pursue their interests early on and give them the access to multimedia tools. One of our benefits of our program is we have access to so much multimedia curriculum, interactive type exercises where students can explore their knowledge and pursue their interests in a non-competitive environment. When students in our program work at their own pace and are able to work ahead in some subjects if they're interested in that area, and they don't have to wait for the class to get caught up to where they're at. We also connect students with opportunities with clubs and activities specific to their interest in science or math or language arts, reading. We have a number of clubs and activities in addition to our courses that students can explore their interest in extracurricular activities, and that's why we're expanding our Quiz Bowl challenge to anyone in Oregon. Anyone in the country really can log into our Connections Academy website and take the quiz and test their own science knowledge and challenge their friends as well to see how well their friends know science topics. And it kind of becomes a friendly competition to show, hey, I know my science, and that becomes something that they become proud of. And, of course, being proud of learning is a key skill to help them develop a goal to continue with school and pursue secondary education.
Well, and to sharpen their mind, exactly. Now, how many kids statewide are in the Connections Academy? Do we have numbers by chance?
Yes, statewide, we serve around 3,950 students currently, and they're spread out all over the state. We do have students from your counties enrolled in our program. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 to 200 students in Jackson and Josephine counties.
Okay.
And those are students who are accessing our program from home and fully online public charter school that Oregon Connections Academy is. Again, we're a fully accredited program, so students who come to our school and earn credits and then transfer back to their existing schools, those credits transfer actually to any school in the country because we're nationally accredited.
Exactly. Now, here's the next thing. Students can also do a combined, right, where they might attend a couple student classes at school and then take a couple online classes?
Well, Oregon Connections Academy is a fully online public charter school. So the students who attend ORCA are doing all of their classes online. There are other online virtual providers in this state who offer blended models, correct?
Okay, I see how that's going. All right, so the Oregon Connections Academy, otherwise known as ORCA, I think it's fantastic, especially because we've got to meet the students where they are. Well, Dan, we're just last minute or so. So this Quiz Bowl trivia, throw something at me. See if I can't maybe, I don't know. Better be careful what you ask for, right? What are some of there's 20 questions on this quiz. And it's
correct.
Digital Learning Day, nationaldigitallearningday.org, and the quiz is going out throughout the nation. But of the 20 questions, I guess throw something at me to see if I can't do something.
I've got a good one. This one is relevant for tomorrow, is actually a hint. Which number represents pi rounded to the nearest hundredth? Is it 3.01, 3.14, 3.24, or 3.15?
Rounded to the nearest 100th. Well, pi is 3.14, and rounded to the nearest hundredth, you have to go to the hundredths place. So 1.4. Ooh.
Yes, sir. And this is relevant because tomorrow, of course, is 3/14/2015.
Exactly.
So tomorrow's a really unique calendar day because it's 3.14.15, which, of course, is the digits of pi.
I guess you'd have to round that. 0.14, it would round down, so it'd be 3.10. Did I screw that up?
No. The fun thing about Pi Day, all over the state, people, bake pies and eat pie on Pi Day. It's a fun mathematical quirk, and tomorrow's calendar date nicely aligns with that, and I'm sure there are a lot of math teachers around their state doing Pi Day activities with their students.
Very good. So the correct answer on that rounded to the nearest 100th would have been what?
3.14. Yeah, 3.14.
Okay, good.
How about one more? You want to try another one?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so what are the three states of matter? Is it earth, wind, and fire? Is it hot, cold, wet? Is it solid, liquid, gas? Or is it light, sound, and ultraviolet?
Ooh, I would go with the solid liquid gas.
You are correct. Great job, Craig. 3 phases of matter. Nice work.
All right. I'm shooting in the dark here, but Dan, I appreciate your time. This is great, really, and I appreciate everything you're doing. And you know, I think taxpayers have always been concerned, are they getting the biggest bang for their buck? And, you know, you're delivering results, and you've got 3,950 kids around the state that are working their way through. Now, what about dropout rate?
Well, we certainly have, we serve a different population of students, of course. Students who come to Oregon Connections Academy often have fallen through the cracks in their traditional settings, and they might be struggling in other parts of their life, so we provide them an alternative. We certainly have a number of students who come to us and try our program and find that it's a little bit more challenging than they're expecting, or it's not the setting they preferred, and so often they return to their setting. So it's not as much of a dropout as much as these students are transferring back to their existing settings, or they're registering with their home school districts. So those numbers count sort of as students who've left our program, but they're usually entering other educational programs as a result. So, you know, the dropout is a concern, but I think it's more a matter of they're finding another option that better serves them.
Exactly right. No, I think that's good, and families are having to do what they need to do to get their kids, because, you know, education is where it's at. You know, so, well, good deal. Dan Vasson, ladies and gentlemen, he's the K-8 principal for Oregon Connections Academy, ORCA, and, of course, the website connectionsacademy.com. And today is National Digital Learning Day. You can get to the website digitallearningday.org, or you can get to our Facebook page. So, Dan, awesome.
I also wanted to mention, Craig, our enrollment is currently open, and we are accepting new students, and you can contact us at OregonConnectionsAcademy.com and learn about our enrollment process.
Yeah, good point. And what's a good phone number for anyone that wants to call for enrollment?
Our local ORCA main office phone number is 503-394-4315.
4315. That's okay. Excellent. All right, Dan, thanks so much. We got to get going. We got a break coming up, but it's awesome. And, you know, anyone that's involved with educating students and inspiring students and therefore inspiring families is number one in my book. So, Dan, thank you so much for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having your program, Craig. You guys have a great day.
All right, take care. All right, the Sunrise Show on News Radio 880 KCMX will be back after this break. ABC Sports about 4 minutes out.